Okay guys, so we need Stone of Ephemeral Eyes to do what we're about to do. I have 16 of them, and I have some in my bottomless box. And what we're going to do is, I'm going to kill myself a whole bunch, and I'm going to get this world to pure black world tendency. And it should be pretty fun. I don't know what the best world to kill myself from is. This one might be a good one. And this world should be pure white, because we haven't died in it in human form. We've killed all the demons. Did we kill Sasuke? We've got the Makoto, so I think we killed Sasuke. So it might just be short of pure white. It might be a little bit lower. But this guy is an asshole, and I do not recommend what we're about to do lightly at all. And I do love how fast some of the items on this game are. And I do think this game has got some lovely particle effects too. Oh, don't survive, don't survive, come on game. Again! Why does it do this? Oh, I tweeted the other night basically saying that trying to kill myself for the purpose of getting Black World Tendency keeps happening. How does that happen? When have you ever fallen off the edge on Dark Souls or Demon Souls and it's not killed you? When it's been on accident? Never. It never happens. But the moment you do it on purpose, this, Driverland, and then eventual death. Thank Christ. Oh my god. And the irony is, if you quit game there, you'll survive the fall. And it's not like you don't have enough time to do it. You don't need fast reflexes. You just... That is so dumb. And my black tendency, or my tendency, is kind of weak, so I cannot remember how many times you have to kill yourself to get it down to black. What I do remember, however, is it only cashes in and changes the tendency when you go back to the Nexus, which is the thing that caught me the first time I played. And I was killing myself hundreds of times, and it wasn't changing, and I thought the game was broken. And I was getting really mad. And it turns out you have to exit the level for it to take effect. So if you make any mistakes and you're in pure white, make sure you get everything you can in pure white, because when you come back it won't be that colour anymore. How does that happen? How? How does that happen? And I'm sorry guys, but I'm going to lose another 50,000 souls to this guy. How does that even work? How does it even work? Wow. Can he backstab me? No, he's not an NPC. Ooh, bleeding. Alright. Some of those attacks come at some weird speeds. But there we go. However, the Nexus traps you, you shall remain. That was weird. Wrong archstone, weird game. But I was watching some E3 footage of Dark Souls 1 the other day on YouTube, because I was really curious, and I was stunned how similar to the Dark Souls 2 footage we've seen it was. Like, not in its Dark Soulsiness, just in its obscurity. Like in the top left on Dark Souls 2, there's an image that nobody recognises. In Dark Souls and the E3 footage, in the top left there's an image no one recognises. It's hilarious. It's the exact same before they finalised the UI and what the HUD elements were going to be. And weird things like bonfires in places where they weren't, just for the purposes of that demo, which I thought was super cool. And the text, when you entered the Berg, and when you enter places, and when you do things, it was like Demon Souls, where it has the small writing below the title saying something about it. And I kind of wish I knew what it was, what it said, in all the places, what they'd put in there. Because I think that's cool. Did you see it there, however the Nexus traps you, that little thing? That was on all the menus on Dark Souls, and you can still see these videos. I watched them yesterday, and in this video, at the beginning, you started at the Sunlight Altar bonfire, and the dragon was on the other side of the bridge, which was kind of cruel. And the classes you could pick, one of the classes was a Black Knight, full Black Knight armor, Black Knight sword, Black Knight shield, and they were nerfed. They weren't the same equipment they are in the game, but it was still the same moveset. The only difference was the R2 on the Black Knight sword was instantaneous. There was no wait to do the thrust, which was fascinating. And he had a Black Knight halberd, and the attack of the halberd was the halberd attack in Demon Souls. It wasn't the swing that ended up being in Dark Souls. It was completely different. And it was fascinating, and I wish I could find more. But the next footage that they showed was Gamescom in August, and it was already the Dark Souls that we know, so you know the HUD was appropriate and everything looked a lot more polished. But looking at the Dark Souls 2 content, it's probably the same thing. And it makes me really excited because Dark Souls 2 could be, you know, could have a hell of a lot more done to it than we think, and could be coming out in October. It's a big possibility that it's... I can't get the speed on that one. I spammed then. But it's the weight, the timing on it is crazy. That looks good, bastard. But it's just... like, I'm not excited for any games now, at all. Nothing. I'm not excited for the new consoles, I'm not excited for any of the games. What I am excited for is Dark Souls 2. And they could change it, they could really change it, make it so different that we don't even recognise it, but I don't think they're going to. And a couple of things I think of, they've already got the engine, which they've improved upon a little bit with dynamic lighting. For the most, though, it looks the same. There's some wind effects, there's some ambient stuff. It looks the same. But they've already got the assets, they've already got an engine that they're very familiar with. Now it's just a case of doing the building, and it's... I don't know, I'm so excited. It's crazy, actually. How I've gone from being a nobody to this Souls series to being somebody that can be this excited. And it's just for the new stuff, it's for the stuff at the start, when nobody knows what's happening and everybody's figuring it out. I can't wait for that. I can't wait for just the mystery. It's going to be exciting. And E3's coming soon. E3's in June, and we're very close to June. And there's going to be a build that will be playable of Dark Souls 2. And it's going to be a decent represent... Oh, I killed him. Shit. I did that by accident. Just automatic. And it's going to be a decent representation of what the game is going to be. And I wish I could go. I really want to go, but it's just so unrealistic. Oh, weird. But I think that's enough killing myself anyway. It should be pure black when we come back. But yeah, I'd like to see the concept art and all the early footage for these games, just so I can see how they were different. Because after I watched that Dark Souls stuff, and it got me super excited for these really nerdy details I was noticing, I wanted to find Demon Souls then, to see if I could see what the Demon Souls gameplay at E3 was before it came out. But I couldn't find any. Tell you what was cruel though, at that E3 event, there were people gravelording. Because the representative of From Software was saying that the main emphasis on Dark Souls from Demon Souls was multiplayer. Even though the multiplayer is almost identical in almost every way, except for the parts that don't work. So their focus in that game was multiplayer, their main focus. Which means this next game, if their focus is anything other than multiplayer, we could have quite a lot of awesome things. But gravelording. And he's already seen me. This guy's going to one-shot me almost guaranteed. Can he one-shot me through my shield? No. Oh, he's two-handed, that is bad news. So, This guy can grass. Just like I can grass. Just as fast as I can grass. And it will heal him for full life. Full life, guys. Full life. And he will do some serious damage when he lands a hit. And this is what the Black Phantoms are like in Demon Souls. In Dark Souls... Oh, that skeleton's involved. That is not good. That is seriously not good. Oh, this is so much bad news. Oh, danger. Danger, Will Robinson. But in Dark Souls, there's nothing like this. There is no one as terrifying as Satsuki is in the entire game. At any level. Because this dude has life. Lots of it. And he deals significant damage. So, shall we start fighting? I can't move because of clipping. But the cool thing is I do some damage too. See that power attack? This guy fights, man. These NPCs fight. They don't bitch. They really fight. Wow. That was weird. He does some weird rolling as well. That was a dirty, wasn't it? Just a quick hit into a chain. Right, he's going to heal. Watch him. See him backing up? There's the grass. Full life again. But I wanted to let him heal so you could see an example of it. To stop it, just hit him or push him. I tried to get a backstab to... Whoa. Shit's dangerous. Can we do this? Yeah, we can. But when he gets down to the last third of his life, he's going to be super defensive, and that's when you need to capitalise. And he's going to back off. When he starts backing off, that means he wants to heal. And he's backing off now, you see? But I didn't let him. And I wish I'd have showed you the damage he would have done, but I can guarantee if he would have hit me, I would have died. And he drops the Hiltless, which, for people in Dark Souls, that is the Chaos Blade. That is the weapon that became the predecessor to the Chaos Blade. There you go. A Hiltless Uchigatana. It has a blade that seems faintly wet. It was forged by a famous swordsmith in a distant country, but since the wielder must grip the blade, it's extremely difficult to handle, causing damage to the wielder. I don't like that sentence because they used wielder twice. Come on, guys, use your fucking thesaurus. It just makes it flow much better when you don't haul the same one. And now we're in pure black. I might as well show you how to get colourless Demon Souls. Colourless... Is it Demon Souls? I can't remember the name. But as you can see, guys, that is a Black Phantom NPC. This is what pure Black World Tendency is. And these guys mean business. This guy will hit me really, really hard. I'm talking real hard. And this is what Gravelording is in Dark Souls. But Gravelording doesn't work. And when it does work, it only works in New Game Plus. Which, who the hell runs around in New Game Plus on Dark Souls? Nobody. And it's a shame because it's such a cool idea. But in this game, I mean, look what he dropped. Because pure black, the difference being is, I think you do less damage to them, they do more damage to you, they have more life, they have a better drop rate, it's kind of stuff like that. I'm in the wrong place as well to show you the colourless Demon Soul, because what happens is, when the world is pure black, it spawns Black Phantoms, it also spawns Primeval Demons, and Primeval Demons are there's one on every world, I think. And when you're in pure black, they turn up. And they're this really stupid looking enemy that doesn't really do much, that drops this extremely rare upgrade material. And the upgrade material, in reference to Dark Souls, would be Demon Titanite. And this one is protected by a particularly deadly... I think it's in here. A particularly deadly dual katana skeleton. Who's... I was watching a subscriber of mine called Bloody... I think it's Bloody Mess with a 5. I call him Blood because it's just easier that way. But he's doing a Demon Souls playthrough currently where he's in pure Black World Tendency on New Game Plus, and the jump in difficulty is obscene. It's extremely obscene. Shit, my World Tendency is no longer black. Yeah, fuck it. I'm not going to show you that Primeval Demon. Google them. They're stupid and they drop really rare stuff. I forget when you kill the Phantom it changes the colour. But I would like to see World Tendency or something like World Tendency come back in Dark Souls 2, but I would like a definitive way of changing it via a merchant or somebody like Velka. Not Velka, sorry, what's his name? Oswald the Pardoner. You know, when you go to him and you pay to have the tendency changed. Because that way it would avoid all the bullshit that people don't like about the tendency, and you would be able to do the good and the bad side of the tendency. So we've done Valley of Defilement, so what we'll do is we'll kill ourselves in the valley. And that's going to spawn a Black Phantom Gal Vinland. So anybody that enjoyed my first fight with Gal Vinland is going to enjoy this one as well, hopefully. It's also going to make Selen attackers. And Selen has got some nasty magic, I think. I know she does an anti-magic field, and she's also got a blind, which is the sword you can see there, which goes through your shield. But here we go anyway. Oh, come on. Oh, thank you. Because usually on this game, when it senses you falling, you know, a measure that's too far to survive, it kills you. It has the grace to finish you off. It says, you know, this is not the way this works. See you later, come back when you're not tripping down these obvious falls. When it doesn't do that, and you don't hit anything, you go forever, apparently. And after this one, we have Scurver in the Stone Fang. And then after that, we'll go back to doing the missions, because I'm not turning it pure black until we've done what we need there. Because as fun as it is, and I am having a lot of fun... Wow, went straight through the rock. Pure Black World Tendency does not mess about, especially in Boletaria. That last area is a nightmare. Those dragons... Oh, I hate those dragons. I really do. And you'd think on Pure White World Tendency they wouldn't be there. But they're there. Not much you can do either. But I should really look into how much points you lose towards tendency dying in human form. I think it's 1. And I think it's something like +5 and -5, something like that. So I usually kill myself about 5 times. But I don't really know. I've never looked at it. And the game is terrible at showing it. Like, look at that. How the fuck can you tell what is what? It just looks dumb. You died. Yeah, the Silent Chief. We've not bumped into him yet, but we will. And I'm cute. I think I'm going to do the Mephistopheles quest line, because I want to kill everybody in the Nexus just because I'm evil. I'm obviously going to do it when I don't need them anymore. But see if that's enough anyway. See if that's enough to get us some Black World Tendency. I can't remember how hard Gal Vinland is as a Black Phantom. I remember him not being as tough as the other guy, but I might have had better equipment then. Who knows? Excuse me, Christ. But let's cash it in and let's have a look what the tendency looks like. And I think told Gali is going to be in the next video, because we're coming up to about 20 minutes, which is normally where I cut these off. It's a decent chunk of action or content. So if anyone's wondering, that is not Pure Black. Because Pure Black is easier to tell, because it's actually quite indicative of its name. His glove is far too shiny. Who has gloves that shiny?